And joining me now is Jeremy Forrest's barrister, Ronnie Jaffa. You were with him a few hours ago. I mean, does he understand what he's done?
Yes, he does. He's sorry for what he's done. He's ashamed. And looking back, he finds it difficult to understand why he did it.
You see, the mouthing of "I love you" in court suggests that he doesn't, that he doesn't regret it. He's still saying "I love you."
Yes.
He's still manipulating the girl.
I feel that, well, I don't know what he said. He was behind me, so I can only know what the press have said. But I think it's right that they now are infatuated and in love.
Still?
I understand that might be the case.
So is he in touch with her? I mean, has he been in contact with her?
He hasn't been in contact with her, no. He's been in custody since his arrest. And
do you know what his intention is on that front? I mean,
well,
if you say he understands he's done wrong,
yes.
Is he sitting there waiting to get out and waiting for her to be of age and thinking this relationship is going to carry on? Or does he understand it was wrong, that he manipulated her, he groomed her?
I don't know exactly what his intention is, and if I did know, I think it would be privileged information legally, so I wouldn't say anyway.
But that does raise questions about what you mean by he understands he's done wrong.
Well, it's not part of my job to ask him what he's going to do in the future. I was dealing with whether he was guilty of the offence of abduction, a lot of background information, a great deal of evidence, and with addressing the jury and dealing with those sort of issues, and sentence. And
what about the sentence? I mean, does he feel that sentence is too harsh, or does he accept it?
He accepts it. It's certainly within the sentencing guidelines laid down by the Sentencing Council, and the judge applied the guidelines.
So there's not going to be any challenge?
Not at this present time, no.
What does that mean?
Well, I have to obviously consider it. It only happened today, but it looks unlikely.
And so your assessment of that sentence is it's within what you would expect? Because if you compare it to other cases of teachers who have had sexual relationships with pupils, it appears, and correct me if this reading is wrong, but it appears that the sentencing for the sexual activity is quite heavy, and the sentencing for the abduction, which is what alarmed people, was quite light.
I think what the judge does is he looks at the totality of the sentence. It's certainly a principle in sentencing that he should do so. And he looks at it overall, and he gives the sentence which he thought appropriate for the overall criminal conduct.
What impact do you think the publicity around this case had on it?
I think it probably had quite a bit of impact. I think certainly it's difficult for the jury to be in this limelight and to have the pressure of all the press around.
And so, as far as you know, in terms of sort of making any sort of reparations or understanding the impact of what he's done, is his intention to leave the girl alone?
Well, I think you've asked me that one before. I don't know the answer to that question, and I wouldn't like to guess.
Okay. Thank you very much indeed, Ronnie Jaffa, for coming in.
Thank you.